Back algebra students, we're on example 4. Now we're going to put a couple of transformations in the midst of our linear function. So if we see the y-intercept changed, that's going to be a translation. That means the figure will slide up or down. If we see that the slope has been changed, it could change one of two ways. It could be two different numbers, just means one will be steeper than the other, or they could be opposite numbers, which means we have a reflection. So it's really interesting. We got some things to look for. I'm going to graph both of them, but my expectation is that you don't need to graph necessarily. All right, the first one I'm going to do is that parent function f of x is equal to x, starting at the origin, and we know we go up 1 over 1, up 1 over 1. So I'm going to go ahead and get that graph for you. You go ahead and mark it on your paper and draw a line. And then I'm going to switch colors, and now we're going to graph the g of x. Okay? Now notice that g of x doesn't start at the origin. It starts at positive 1. So right there, I see a translation. Our line is sliding up. The other thing I see is the slope is completely different. The slope is not an opposite number. The slope is completely different. The first slope was 1. The second slope is 3. 3 is going to make this line much, much steeper. So I see both a translation and a rotation. So let's start at positive 1 on the y. Let's go up 3 over 1. Okay. Or you could go down 3, left 1. And here's our line. Okay. So clearly there are two things that happened here that we're going to describe the transformation. G of x slides up 1 unit. Okay, that's your translation. G of x also rotated left because of its greater slope, making it steeper. So I'm going to take some pressure off of you. I'm not expecting you to graph these. I just graphed them so you had a visual, okay? What I want is right here. I need you to be able to describe how these graphs are different. What happened to the original f of x if you change the slope to 3 and change the y-intercept to 1? What happened? Okay, so this is a translation and this is a rotation. It would be a reflection if the slope was -1 versus +1. But because our original slope was 1 and our new slope is 3, those are two different slopes, which means it's just a rotation. One line will be steeper than the other. Okay, thanks for listening.